Welcome to the village of Gala, one of the oldest villages in Azerbaijan. Gala dates back to the 3rd millennium BC, tracing a magical history in every corner of each stone. When entering Gala, you enter living history, reflecting the architectural art of past centuries. Although archaeological excavations confirm the existence of settlements in Gala dating back 5,000 years to the Bronze Age, buildings from the 19th to 16th centuries continue to shine today.
People who worked with livestock and in crop growing, of course, there were other craftsmen, including handicrafts, but the main occupation was cattle breeding and agriculture.
Ram statues, whose design is pre-Islamic Turkish in origin, are found in the cemetery with verses from the Quran and poems inscribed on memorial monuments. This fortress, one of the oldest monuments, was built during the 13th and 14th centuries and restored in the 17th century. There are large rooms in the fortress surrounded by underground roads. According to legend, when the enemy attacked, the inhabitants herded their cattle inside and sought refuge there. When entering the preserved village houses, you have the impression you're entering medieval times. 14th century fortifications line the historic center of Gala village, with the courtyard of the adjacent Juma Mosque covered with a vaulted dome.
Religious ceremonies were held here, including ritual chest beating. Sad and somber poems were recited in front of the castle. The main holidays were Nowruz and Eid al-Adha, the Feast of the Sacrifice.
Copper pots, ceramics, tools, and equipment are featured in the ethnographic in the museum's collection. Each building showcases the unique architecture, with open holes on the tall and windowless wall. The cone-shaped groove in the center of the ceilings provided the ventilation. There were a few bathhouses in the village. One of them, the underground bathhouse near the lake, was discovered some years ago. There existed several wells and reservoirs for storing water in the village. The relatively ancient reservoir was located near the cemetery. It was dug up during the time of Shah Abbas II and dates back to 1665. The cemetery's memorial monuments always draw attention for their historical architecture and art, along with the traditional graves in the small area. Various other types of grave reflect the different rites of that time, highlighting people's tradition and showcasing chronological and historical data.
There were tombs built at the time. If any elderly person wished to be buried in the tombs elsewhere in Imam Riza, Mashhad, Karbala, or Mecca, until a son or brother were able to take the remains to one of those holy cities for their final resting place, they were buried with full Muslim rites at home.
The Mohammed Mausoleum dates back to 1624 or 1625, with another mausoleum dating back to the 18th century. The graves found here are built with stone chests. Carved ornaments are decorated with Arabic inscriptions. The mausoleums were built in the form of tents. One of them was restored. Traditionally, tents are erected over the graves according to Turkish customs. Pottery is one of a variety of handcrafts developed in the village of Gala. Pottery is considered to be the most ancient handcraft in Azerbaijan, dating back to the 2nd millennium BC. The ceramics found during the archaeological excavations in the different regions of Azerbaijan, as well as in Gala, have interesting artistic features. Cultural artifacts reflecting a people's legacy bring us closer to our roots and give us a better understanding of our history. When visiting historical villages such as Gala, you'll come away impressed, not only by the preservation, but also by the rich heritage that makes Gala and other villages so unique.